This is TFWIRE, Transformers Week in Review, Episode 6, recorded September 10th, 2005.
Hello and welcome to TFWIRE. I'm your host, temporary host, again filling in for MatrixPrime, Awa64. And joining me today are the other two of the four usual suspects, Pirated TV Pro, who's been dueling with cars.
How you guys doing? Yeah, I got hit by a car, so I'm on pain medication, and I'm also a little bit tipsy, and it's a little late. So that trifecta should bring you a great podcast.
Oh yeah, and D-Buster Prime's also here.
Hi, I'm sober.
Oh, there's no fun in that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sober, how's one of us gonna slip up and say fan wank?
Oh, Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of killed the joke, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that pretty much drove it right into the ground. Drove right into it, almost like an 18-year-old girl driving into a guy out walking his dog. See?
You're not bitter at all.
No, not bitter at all. See, car crash jokes is where the humor's at now. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to go to my other joke because that would hurt people in Louisiana. But anyways.
Yeah.
Send money.
Okay, moving on to the first stories. The final BotCon guests have been announced. The Dobson trifecta. Paul Dobson, Michael Richard Dobson, and Brian Dobson, who may or may not be brothers. Anybody know any about these guys? Except for that Paul Dobson does Landmine and Overhaul. Michael Richard Dobson, if you leave out the Richard, he will steal your soul, plays Starscream. And Brian Dobson does Red Alert and Clocker.
Now, are we sure this isn't the...
is that they do actual voices as opposed to just the fill-in voices.
Ouch. Some guy in a crazy leather jacket just felt that.
No, it was Wally Burr that felt that. Michael Chain did the real voices.
Yeah, are we sure this isn't the same guy who just has multiple personality disorder?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they know each other.
Yeah.
That they're real brothers, not the same person 3 times.
Yeah, so seriously, is this going to be anything that people are really clamoring to see?
I know a lot of people like Michael Richard Dobson's version of Starscream.
Yeah, he does a really good job, and I was watching Hero earlier today, and Clocker, the voice for Clocker, and both Red Alert did a good job and a good job. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're not good voice actors, but I'm really saying, aren't people who are going to BotCon, don't they really want to see, G1 voice actors or Beast Wars, Beast Machines?
Yeah, Beast Wars voice
actors. I mean, that's really, people are there for the nostalgia, and while it'd be interesting to hear from people who are in the midst of recording the most recent Transformers series, people really want to hear, stories from back in the heyday. And now these...
You can only hear the same stories so many times, though. We got to get new blood in there sometime, despite how much fun they are. And from what I've heard, the Dobsons love Transformers just as much as any of the other usual suspects when it comes to guests.
And they're brothers.
Give them a shot. They're brothers, so the voice actor panel will probably be even more entertaining with them telling embarrassing stories about each other.
Hopefully.
And hey, having new people at a Transformers convention is always cool. Kind of wish we had a big gun from the past in there too.
Yeah. Now in the panel
much.
announcements, they call it the Dobsons, Wally Burr, and Michael Chain. Does that mean that we're not going to hear from any other people? Is this the guest list?
I hope not, but it seems like it.
That's really disappointing. In my opinion. I mean, now there are other panels. Some of the more interesting people like Simon Furman might show up at the IDW Presents.
I heard that IDW didn't have the money to send him over.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. So, but maybe it's a rumor, and
it's always possible.
And so
and I think Scott McNeil lives in Texas. Not sure if he lives that close to Frisco, but he could just drop in on a whim, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully.
really, this isn't enough to get me excited. Now, some of the other panels, those are really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Moving on to the second story.
Right, go ahead.
Check your show notes. Mark it off on the panel. Okay. Should we just read them off or what?
Yeah, go ahead, Allah.
Alright. The panels are Hasbro and Takara working together, designing Transformers, Transformers new product unveiling, Transformers Idol, I'm noticing a pattern here, the making of the Transformers animated movie, the Dobsons, Wally Burr, and Michael Chain voice actor panel, IDW presents the Transformers Return to Comic Books, and Transformers Rarities. I'm thinking that, despite the voice actor panel sounding kinda lackluster, it actually seems pretty cool on the some of the other ones, like the making how they design Transformers.
No, yeah, I completely agree. Like,
yeah, and the Transformers Rarities one sounds like it'd be freaking awesome. I just wish they'd let photos in.
yeah, like this seems like the sort of thing that if I would have were them, I would have announced it a little bit earlier. Like, this is enough to get people to come. You know, you're going to see the first new products from Hasbro. It's an unveiling, so that'll hopefully, you know, they might show up on eBay beforehand. This will be the first official showing of those.
Well, they're all Galaxy Force toys too, though, aren't they?
Well, we don't know that. I mean, there could be new Hasbro molds. It wouldn't be the first time that they've thrown Hasbro molds in there.
True.
We could see alternators. We could see.
Yeah.
The designing Transformers thing is really interesting. A lot of people, we've seen production sketches and stuff from Hasbro and Takara, but we've never really heard from them exactly how it works. And a lot of these things are things, and the IDW presents. That'll be the first time that fans will get a chance to talk to them about the new Transformers comic. So
yeah, it all sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, these are.
I wish I had the money to go because of these panels, to be honest.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that gets fans really excited. Getting in touch, because a lot of it really is Hasbro, talking to Hasbro and Takara, talking to IDW. That's the sort of stuff that, you know, being one-on-one with the companies that are in charge of their favorite stuff. This is what'll draw them in. So, what do you think, D-Buster?
I'm really excited about the Hasbro Takara now because, you know, on the boards when we're online talking about things, it's always about the dynamic, about, you know, what part did Hasbro do, what part did Takara do, and now the fans will finally have a chance to have both of them in the same room and fire off some hard questions and get a good understanding of how these things really go on in the creation process.
Shouldn't it be the Hasbro Tomy panel now, though?
Technically, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I'm really interested to see on the boards after this happens, like, what the Q&As were like, because a lot of fans have a lot of questions, and this is the sort of stuff that, you know, we might be able to get answers to. So,
yep. Guys, I've just been informed that we lost our host and his part of the audio again. Do we want to just continue and try to piece something together for the beginning again at the end of after we finish recording, or do we just want to start over again?
I don't care.
DBP?
Whatever's fine.
Please take a stand. I have to come up with a decision on this since I'm apparently the last person with decision-making capabilities left here, and I don't know what to do either.
I say we go ahead and charge forward, do an intro later on, and let him edit this together.
Alright, sounds cool. And all you people out there in Transformers Land, note, this is an awesome look behind the scenes. You'll never see this level of unprofessionalism again.
Well, hopefully they won't, because
until next week.
Hopefully he'll edit it out. So.
Hopefully, but
all right, and I guess
there's also a chance we might not.
I guess I'll read the next story. Beast Machine's DVD set has finally been announced. This comes from TVShowsOnDVD.com. Got it from a couple different sources, but this is the one that is probably the most reliable. Looks like it's going to be a 4-disc set with features commentary by Bob Skier and Steve Melching on one episode. And it's going to have interviews with David Kay, Marv Wolfman, Bob Skier, and possibly Susan Blue. The retail price looks like it's going to be set around $60, $59.95 is what they have listed. You'll probably see it lower than that, though, when it actually hits retail. And the release date is set right before Thanksgiving, November 15th. So, everyone knows how I feel about Beast Machines. I love it. I can't wait for this. What do you guys think?
I hate Beast
I'm
Machines,
looking
and I can't wait for this.
I'm on the fence about Beast Machines, and I can't wait for this just for the David K., Bob Skier, and Susan Blue interviews.
I am absolutely. First of all, the fact that they have commentary on an episode,
Yeah.
I'm all over that. If it could be
That's
it could be
sweet.
more than one episode, I would be even happier. I would,
Oh yeah, I'd love to see it on more than one
because
episode too.
seriously, like, coming from a film school background, this is the most adult Transformers series that we've seen. It's probably arguably one of the best written, whether or not you want to argue about the ending. And I would
Yeah.
love to hear Bob Skier talk about, doing the story editing, doing the layout of everything, and defending, which is basically what I'm guessing he's going to have to do, his
Yeah.
vision to all these Transformers fans. I absolutely love everything about the series. I don't have any complaints, and this looks like it's going to be a really nice DVD set. Originally, it was
Yep.
said it might be 3 discs, which would have been, cramming stuff on there, in my opinion. But the fact that
Yeah.
they're doing interviews, that it's going to have extras, it's going to have commentary, and it looks like it's going to be a great DVD set, I am really, really happy about, because in most fans' minds, this is probably second to Beast Wars.
Yeah.
But still,
Oh, and,
it's getting a great DVD reception. We didn't have any commentary
Yep.
on the Beast Wars DVDs, and
Which I mentioned earlier, I would rebuy them if they did have
yeah,
that.
and the extras on there, I mean, they're nice. There's the BotCon look, and a couple other small things, but going and doing interviews and having commentary, that really shows a commitment
Yep.
that I am absolutely ecstatic about.
Speaking from a dork perspective, special features good.
Yeah, well, some DVDs, like the special features, is what'll either make or break the sale for me. So
Oh yeah, I think that's going to be the case with a lot of people. I mean, considering that a lot of the episodes of Beast Machines have been available on the internet
well, everything's available on the internet.
for the people. True, but for the people who wanted to just see it, they could have just downloaded it already.
Well, yeah, and
The special features make it a
yeah,
deal.
a lot of people actually miss Beast Machines. I don't know how,
Yeah.
but a lot of people who've joined the fandom since then have missed it. And I've heard from a lot of people that they've been buying VCD copies off eBay. And this will be a
Yep.
great. And supposedly, I believe Mainframe said when it was originally the pilot was shown at BotCon that it was shot, that it was, well, not shot, but laid out, rendered in widescreen. So that means we could be getting a 4-disc widescreen set of Beast Machines DVDs.
Oh, that'd be
That's-
sweet.
oh.
Although, just thinking about that, rendered may not have been the right word for me to use there, because even if it was laid out for widescreen, they might not have rendered it in widescreen. And
Well, supposedly,
I doubt that they have the massive amounts of files it would take to re-render it right
But
now. They probably
supposedly,
deleted it all in its house
supposedly
cleaning.
Fox made them pan and scan it for TV, but
Oh.
they were saying that everything was done in widescreen. That's at least what I've heard.
If they panned and scanned after the rendering,
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
I am absolutely ecstatic. This is everything I was hoping for. So, well, not everything. If it had commentary on
Yeah.
every episode, then it would be just about everything.
Oh, yeah.
But still, one commentary is better than none. So
Yep, I gotta agree on that. And one more thought on Beast Machines. It is definitely the best produced show we've had starring Transformers. Even if it isn't necessarily the best Transformers show we've ever
Oh, I
had.
completely agree. And I was actually talking with a friend about this this week. One of the most adult animated shows to show on Saturday morning television. It
Yep.
has very adult themes, and they really did a great job with catering to both, the audience that was there for, the whole arc, the whole storyline, and
Yep.
for people who were there just for individual episodes. Amazing storytelling.
Yeah.
So, enough of me kissing Bob Skier's butt. Next story, Awa.
How's that taste, by the way?
I don't want to say.
That's a shame. Okay, moving on to the next story. Apparently, we have single-figure case assortments for alternators coming to Walmart. Our source comes from a post on the transfandom.com forums. Thank you again, guys. You've been really great to us. David Young, Walmart employee, supplied the information to TransFandom, and the alternators who are currently absent on the Walmart shelves appear to be coming back in spring in single-figure case assortments, with the popular figures showing up, like Trax and Meister.
Now, but here's the thing.
What do you
Here's
g-
the thing, though. A lot of them are going to be in redecos, supposedly. Not Trax. Trax is supposedly going to come with the hood sticker, which was how he should have been all along, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But some of these other ones, they're not going to look exactly how we had them when they first came out. What do you guys think about that?
I'm just happy to be getting
Eh.
tracks at all because I really want them, and I really don't want to pay $60 for them.
I'm suddenly saying, okay, there's no way in hell I can be a completist on the alternators anymore. I'm just going to have to pick and choose. But it's pretty cool that we're going to be seeing this stuff again. And you know what? I just thought of something. This comes from my massive hatred for Walmart and all it stands for. But anyway, Walmart likes to strong-arm its suppliers and stuff like that. And they could have dropped alternators from the shelves until Hasbro agreed to give them a sweet deal on, like, giving them all the fan-favorite characters, like Meister and Trax, that you would have expected would have sold brilliantly but got short distribution, so that they can be distributed at a later date at Walmart and make tons of money there.
Right.
Am I just a paranoid nut, or might I have some validity
Well, no,
there?
seriously.
Or
I mean,
could I be both?
I truthfully, I understand the whole assortment shipping. I can get behind that. I understand why they do it to move older figures. But really, you've got to give them what sells. We've had the same 42 wind chargers at my Target for the past 8 weeks, and I haven't seen anything otherwise.
Yep.
I mean, they're just not going to move. Why even have them there? Put that plastic into something that's going to actually sell. And if this is what it's going to take for Walmart to carry them, they're truthfully the biggest mover of Transformers and toys in the U.S. And so if this is what it's going to take to get them to carry it, you've got to do it. And if it means that they're strong-arming them, then they're strong-arming them. But truthfully, the list I see here, if this is the list as it stands, I would buy these. And this is going to make it much easier for me. I mean, you've got the Scion XB, which is blue, which is supposedly Skids. The Acura RSX, Police Highway Patrol. Everyone assumes that's Prowl. Chevrolet Corvette, blue with flame decal, Trax. Everyone should be happy to be able to get their hands on that mold. Dodge Viper, yellow redeco. Sunstreaker. Hello. Like, everyone's been asking for that ever since we got. Yeah, so, I mean, Mazda RX-8, white number 4 Street Racer Redeco. I wasn't ever able to get Meister. It's the one that I don't have. So being able to get one of those in a, even more accurate jazz theme, that's, wonderful for me. Subaru WRX Fire Department Redeco as Red Alert. Acura RSX blue Street Racer Redeco. People are saying a blue Prowl, or I believe Nightbeat has been supposedly one of the one that's been
if it's really Nightbeat, that's awesome.
Thrown around. And then Mazda RX-8 Purple Villain, Shock Blast. I don't think people have been having really that much of a problem getting them, but it's one of those toys that's going to sell. I mean, everyone loves.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves Shockwave.
Yeah, so
that sounds like the name of a sitcom.
Everyone loves Shockwave.
Everybody loves Shockwave.
But seriously, I mean, this is a great deal. The fact that we're gonna get them back at Walmart. Almost everyone has a Walmart near them. I have mostly gone back to searching for them online because of the fact that the distribution here has just been so horrible.
And gas prices.
Yeah,
suck.
I've got 4 Walmarts, probably within 20 miles of me, and this would definitely make me go out and start looking for them again if we started getting full cases of single toys that make it a lot easier for the fans to find. The one thing that I would question is why it's happening in the spring and not in the winter with Christmas. But if they don't think that they're going to move, they might want more room on the shelves for things that they know have a history of moving, and then in the spring, going with
big
these.
push for Cybertron.
Right. So I don't know.
I guess that means this is great news, except for people who are alternator completists and people who despise Walmart.
Yeah.
Which I happen to be both, but no hard feelings.
But see,
I really like their commitment to, changing things around. The way alternators distribution was before, it just wasn't working. And Walmart, instead of just completely dropping the line, just, took it to Hasbro and said, okay, we gotta do something to fix this. And with these single figure piece assortments, it shows a real dedication that they want to get the numbers out of what the fans really want.
I seriously doubt Walmart went to Hasbro and said, you've got to fix this. I think they went to Hasbro and said, your product isn't moving this way. you suck. We're not carrying it anymore until you do something.
Well, like when four of my Transformers, of my alternators that I got all at the same time, and the only reason I got them was because I was there. There was a box on the top shelf. I opened it up, and inside that box was Grimlock, Ravage, Windcharger, and Trax. Like, if I could have been searching for literally a month, if not more. And people have been looking for a month, if not more, for those figures.
Yeah.
It's just insane having to go around, look, find. It's a horrible, horrible game that I can't stand playing anymore. And if a retailer is working on moving a product, getting a product in stock that they know that people will buy, I'm all for that. I love it. So
I think distribution's kind of screwed up all around just as a concept. I mean, the way Hasbro delivers stuff isn't exactly the most user-friendly way to ship out product, especially as they did on the alternators, which had some really weird adjustments on the case assortments.
Right.
And unless you actually run a toy store, I don't think unless you're like a comic book style toy store where you know what products you're carrying and you're excited to be getting them in.
Right.
I think it's kind of hard to figure out how to order stuff to know what'll sell and what won't too.
Oh, yeah.
It would be nice if they had set street dates, like video games and movies, comic books. Then
The thing
other
is,
collectors
we
who
don't
know
have-
stuff is coming into the stores, they just walk in, pick it up, and that'd be the end of the story.
Well, a lot of people do that through comic shops now. I mean, a lot of the toys that I've been buying, and I've been thinking about doing this with alternators, you go in, you reserve it beforehand. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but there is no running around. You know that they're going to order it. You know it's going to come in, and you know you're going to get it eventually. And it might be a little bit longer. You might pay a little bit more, but there's none of that run around searching. And in Japan, usually the toys come out a week after the character makes the appearance on the show. That's what I've heard, at least. So at least you have a roundabout time. Here, I mean, they say first quarter. Anytime in these next 4 months, a Transformer toy should be showing.
You might see this toy.
And if you're not there when the box gets open, more likely than not you won't find it. So.
Unless it's one of those toys that sucks, in which case you'll see it on the shelves for the next 3 months because the store managed to pick up 4 cases of nothing but that
right,
toy.
And I'm not saying that Windcharger is a horrible toy, but it's so saturated. Everyone who wants it has it.
Yeah.
So.
And everybody wants to kit bash something out of it, has it.
So.
I'm surprised you guys are mentioning Windcharger as a shelf warmer, as opposed to the first two alternators, Sideswipe and Smokescreen, which are just pouring out of Toys R Us with those mega value packs.
Well, but those just came out in the past couple weeks, and truthfully, I don't know why they did. I don't think many people will buy them unless they plan on kit bashing. But the Walmart, before they were completely out, had tons of Windchargers. My Target has tons of Windchargers. When I was at Toys R Us just this past weekend, guess what? 15 Windchargers. Absolutely nothing else.
Wow.
So, I mean, I get excited when I see, full boxes of certain things that are brand new, because I mean I can pick one up and I know that there are 3 other ones there that people are going to be able to pick up, and if anything can fix this distribution that we've been going through, go for it. You have my best wishes.
Okay, should we move on to the next topic?
Go for it.
Alright, topic whatever the heck this one is. Death's Head is appearing in an issue of Marvel's Amazing Fantasy. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Death's Head character from the G1 comic, I'm sure you have thoughts about this. Does anybody here even know who the hell this character is?
I do. Death's Head. He was created by Marvel Comics during the Transformers Marvel Comics run. So Hasbro has no claim on him, but Marvel does. He was a bounty hunter who eventually... it's a robotic bounty hunter who originally... was hired by Rodimus to kill I don't even remember who, but then it switched around and he was sent back to kill Rodimus, and then eventually he was spun off into other Marvel books, making him not a staple character, but kind of one of those second tier characters that you just see around. and I believe eventually he was like possessed or like absorbed the soul of another person. So he has quite a bit of history to him. And seeing as how he first premiered in Transformers, when Marvel had the poll on their website a couple weeks ago asking which character you'd like to see get remade in Amazing Fantasy like they've been doing, overwhelmingly, I believe over 50% of the people voted for Death's Head. And the cover...
It could have been because the other three choices in the poll sounded really wimpy,
Well,
though.
that's true. I mean, I think it was like Werewolf by Night. And there was a couple other ones. But we've seen now, Death's Head, the cover apparently appeared on Newsarama in, I believe, this past week's Joe's Friday segment. And it looks interesting. I don't know if I would pick it up, but...
It looks a bit predatory in character design.
Yeah. So I think a lot of it will be...
What does Death's Head transform into?
He doesn't. He's not a Transformer.
Why are we talking about him if he doesn't transform?
Because he was created.
Because he was a major character in the Marvel G1 comics, and was it Simon Furman that created him anyway?
Truthfully, I have no idea. But I mean, let's look at it. If Spike Whittaky was in another media form and was going to be in someone else's comic, we would talk about it there. I mean, we've talked about just the people who were on the podcast talking without being recorded talked about Transformers that we've seen in everyday life. Like I have a car that drives around my town and it has lines and Autobot emblem on it, and the lines look like it would transform and stuff. And I believe Jesse had like a grave at a cemetery that had an Autobot shirt on it. So like it's just interesting stuff that.
And every time I see a Subaru WRX in blue with the big spoiler, the first word that pops into my head is smokescreen.
Yeah, I mean, as fans, it's something that influences not all of our life, but certain areas of it. And I went and saw The Island just because of the fact that Michael Bay might be directing the movie. I was disappointed, but
I wonder if we're ever going to hear anything more about that.
Yeah,
it's just a little harder for me to show a lot of interest in this, but I haven't read any of the comics.
Any of the comics?
I have, but I've never gotten to Death's Head.
Did you
Well,
read
I read some of the
comics?
Dreamwave stuff, but none of the old G1 comics.
Oh, see, they're so cheap that and they're in reprints now that you can get them so easily. And truthfully, if you don't have the money, they are easily available on the internet as a way to preview them before you buy them. So like,
Yep.
I don't know. It's just good storytelling. It's something nice to pick up on a rainy day. They tell a lot of the backstory that I missed. I never picked them up in the first run.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it's a nice little thing. Transformers branching out and doing good. So.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next topic we have on our list. New Transformers watch. D-Buster Prime picked up the Legends of Cybertron version of EVAC. Live Convoy.
Yeah, this is a
Nightwolf.
sweet little guy.
Whatever.
Found him at a local comic book shop for $4.25.
Nice.
Cool.
The vehicle mode is pretty spot on. The only difference really is that instead of 4 blades on the main rotor, he's got 2. Transformation to robot mode is perfect. He's got great articulation below the waist. His waist turns, his hips are ball joints.
That sounds a little too sexy. He's got great articulation below the waist, if you know what I'm saying.
Ball joint, knees, and
ball
ankles.
joints.
I'm trying to get through the rest of this without laughing now. Unfortunately, above the waist, pretty much everything is pinned down due to the transformation. The elbows are on ball joints, but they don't allow them to really bend forward a lot. It's more just for the rotation. But for the price, it's just...
So he's got Armada Megatron leg arms?
I guess a little bit better than that, because some of the movement, I mean, the way it rotates at the elbow is an actual movement as opposed to, I don't know, trying to straddle a horse.
That's good.
Yeah. But, he looks great as a display piece in item mode. And, has a really nice paint job. For anybody who's into this line of figures, I would say he's probably one of the best ones.
Now, have you been able to find any of the other Legends of Cybertron characters? Because I've been looking every single time we go into, any sort of, convenience store or, Walgreens, CVS, whatever, and I haven't seen them. I'm still seeing the Minicon 10s.
Yeah, these were supposed to be distributed to, I guess, smaller retailers.
Right.
I found these at a local comic book shop that just special ordered them because they knew people in the area were interested. So I just kind of
Nice.
lucked out on that.
That's cool.
I have read on some of the sightings forums that they have started showing up at some polls. So if you have like a department store in your area, that might
That's
be a place to check out.
KOHL''S?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
They're probably going to charge about like basic prices for them, though. They always have awful prices on Transformers whenever I've
Well,
been
see,
in there.
here's the thing. I have never seen a Kohl's before until one is moving into our upper class community that we have just north of us. So I'm really excited because apparently they get some distribution that some of the other stores around here don't.
Yeah, didn't Downshift show up first there?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm really excited if it means
Yeah.
another place where I'll be able to go and find toys that otherwise I truthfully I've seen maybe I think I saw Optimus Prime and RC when they were in the original Legends of Cybertron run, but that's all. I've never seen anything other than that, and I'm really excited about the Galaxy Force and Cybertron Legends of Cybertron toys.
I'm loving Legends of Cybertron toys too. I'm probably gonna buy all of Wave 2 and half of Wave 1 off of. I'm just gonna go the direct route and buy them off the Hasbro website.
Yeah, or you
Figure it's the easiest way to not have to jump around looking all over.
or
the
you
place.
could go to Stuck-A-Kid and get the whole wave.
Indeed, you could go to Stuck a
And
Kid if they.
speaking of Stuck-A-Kid,
Indeed, I probably should go with Stuck a Kid anyway. And speaking of Stuck a Kid, we have an announcement about the contest we were running.
Sponsored by
Indeed,
Stuck-A-Kid.
somebody now.
Stuck-A-Kid?
Yes, it was sponsored by
Oh,
Stuck a Kid.
Stuck-A-Kid. Yes, I remember now. Stuckakid.com.
Yes. We ran a contest to see who could come up with the coolest idea for a repaint of an existing toy. And we're going to give them, courtesy of Stuck a Kid, because we're all broke. But Stuck a Kid's going to give them a free set of the Legend of Cybertron Wave 1 toys, which are, to be honest, freaking sweet. And they're also going to get some added mini-cons. I don't remember the details about that, but that was pretty cool from the... actually, something like that. I don't know. We'll have to double-check the rules before we send everything out, but anyway. It was down to 2 ideas that we'd both received. We had all chosen our favorites, and it was down to 2 ideas, and both of them were repaints of Cybertron Ransack. It was down between Dark Beast's idea of repainting Ransack into G1 Groove, with turning the bike into white plastic and turning the translucent parts, keeping the translucent parts red, the arms and thighs black, and adding detailing. And that was pretty cool. And the other idea was from searching through the emails that we got. Searching.
This is riveting.
Searching.
This is riveting podcasting.
Yeah.
Can we get some traveling music while we're waiting for this?
No, we need like a drum roll or something like because people are like on toes
Okay.
waiting for this.
The second-
they want to know.
Yeah. The second idea was basically repainting Ransack into G1 Wheelie.
And not
with
not
that
only
nice mustard
was
orange.
it repainting him into Wheelie, but his entire post, his entire letter to us was written in
Wheelie
it was
speak.
written in rhyme. And I thought that was really great. I just want to say that
That was fantastic.
no matter who wins, I just want to say that was a great addition, was being able to read an entry like Wheelie wrote it. So
Oh yeah, gotta give him props for that. That was brilliant. And basically between the 4 of us, 2 of us wanted the Wheelie entry from Matt Marshall to win,
Not saying who.
and 2 of us wanted the Groove entry to win from Dark Beast. And basically we went through our whole scientific method, analyzing the posts, analyzing the ideas, million computer setup. We flipped a coin. And congratulations, Dark Beast. You won the Legends of Cybertron Wave 1 toys with your idea of repainting Ransack into Groove. Sorry, Matt Marshall, your idea was awesome too, but Dark Beast won it. And we'll figure out how exactly we're going to do the distribution on this later. And thanks to everybody who submitted. We got a ton of great ideas. We're always happy to see them. Hopefully we'll be able to run another cool contest that you guys will be able to participate in too.
yeah,
This has been fantastic. We got to thank Stuck a Kid again for being so awesome and providing the prizes. And shall we introduce the Hall of Shame entry?
go for it.
Yes, somebody had the brilliant idea to repaint a Zoids toy as a Transformer for this contest. Actually, I gotta say, that's quite original thinking, considering we never did specify that it had to be a Transformer.
And it doesn't look bad.
We'll have to have our lawyers look over it next time. Yeah, but the idea wasn't bad. It was repaint. I don't want to go through my email searching for it, but it was repainting.
Wait, you're going?
a Zoids
You're going?
toy into Metroplex.
Going through your anus?
I'm not going through
What?
emails.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that must be the pain med talking.
Does my voice sound that off?
It must be the pain medications talking. I don't know.
I hope so. Anyway, congratulations again to Dark Beast. Better luck next time. To everyone else, you put in great ideas. We were really happy to read through all of them. And we hope to be able to run a contest again real soon and give you all another shot to win. Anyway, I think that's everything we got. Anybody else got anything to say?
Real quick, I believe that Transformers number 0 from IDW is up for pre-order at IDW's website, so you can check out the listing there, and it shows all of the variant covers and everything. So nothing really to talk about there,
cool.
but just a little bit of news.
Ah, sweet.
So
might have to take a look at that.
So other than that, I think that's about it.
Well, awesome.
So this is Pirated TV Pro saying hopefully next week I won't be hit by a car.
Hopefully. Don't count on it, buddy. Vroom, vroom.
What?
That was tasteless.
Oh, come on. I'm in like severe mental disorderly pain here.
Anguish?
Yeah. I'm going to be limping for 3 weeks. I have a cool House MD limp, though, so that's kind of neat.
Sweet.
Anyways, yes, so...
You got a pimp cane?
No, I don't. I need one, though. Anyways, Pirated
Yeah.
TV Pro, signing off.
Yeah, this is TFWIRE with no cool sign-off phrase for this week.
This is Awa64, temporary host, filling in for MatrixPrime, who is unfortunately again having technical difficulties. Signing off for both of us. Have a great week. See you in 7.